Well, very appreciate what the group did, and proud of the way they played, and certainly a lot of guys contributed to it. And once again, I thought our defense was really good, and 4 takeaways, third down, really productive, and that was fun. I thought we offensively did some better things, and it was a good team win, and it didn't just happen. It was a good week of preparation, and wanted the kids to enjoy it tonight, and then we got to push the reset button and have another good week. But want to make sure they're enjoying the journey that is the season, and I thought they've done a good job at this point, and we just got to continue to do so. But proud of the way they played today.
Paul, these guys have said, we're not through the difficult part of our schedule yet, that they've made that clear. But mentally, after you've gone through such a grind of close games, do you think it's refreshing for them to be able to get a game like this where they don't have to stress for 4 quarters?
Yeah, I think it was good. I mean, and it doesn't just happen. I think that's why you feel good with it, and I think it's also when there's so many guys contributing that makes it was a good sidelines. It was you spend a lot of time with these guys. You like seeing them have success and be able to impact a game. I think that's important.
Jason. Paul, can a rushing performance like this, when you guys have struggled in that area in the past, build some, confidence for those guys up front? Can that carry over as you go forward?
I think all of your experiences help. The good experiences help build some confidence, and it's we haven't arrived yet, but today it was good, and I don't think that there was a group lacking confidence necessarily, and we've been doing some. It's been progressing. I thought it was good today we've had some continuity in the line. That's been good, but it was nice to see when the second group got in there and be able to be productive. That was good. But I think certainly anytime you have success or your experiences, that does give you more confidence. I think what gives you confidence too is knowing what it was that you did to give yourself the chance to have that happen. And I think that's where you go back to your film study, your preparation, how you worked during the week, and then you can build on those things. It didn't just happen, and that, I think, tends to lead to more confidence, and so it was good.
Did you see a game like this coming? You think you've been building toward a game like this?
You never know what's going to happen, and it felt good, but I think it was guys. No one did something that they aren't capable of, and so I think at that point, Tom, you can say it's been coming. But I thought, in studying and looking at Illinois' defense, I thought we'd have to be on point, and I think there was some where we weren't, but there's a lot of times that we were, and I thought you never know how each game's going to play out, so you just do all you can to prepare and be ready for it, and credit to the players. They played well today in a lot of areas.
Jeff. Paul, you guys have been, it appears that you've been bringing along Bradrick Shaw a little bit gradually. Has he reached the point now where he's a legitimate third threat for you to give you 3 guys to go to, no matter what point the game is, to run?
Yeah, I think he's been that. There was more. We had more attempts today. I don't know how many attempts we had, but there was more attempts, and so, but we had that confidence in him. For a while, early I thought he was doing some good things in the season. Then he got hurt, and kind of worked his way back. And once he started feeling healthy, and I think at the same time was kind of gaining that confidence, we had it in him, but we didn't necessarily have the opportunities for him to get I don't know how many carries he had today, but so we've had confidence in him.
Jason. Paul, what was the key to converting more often in the red zone today?
Execution. It was guys putting it all together, and that's what's fun about football is it takes all 11, and I think that they were able to do that. And there's nothing magical about this game, and it's guys execute, and I thought we did do that. There's a couple times where we didn't finish with touchdowns, and we can get better there. But there was a lot of good execution, and I thought the coaches had a good plan for it, and so some good things. And you're going to look at this tape like always, and there's going to be some areas for us to be the best we can be, we got to clean up and get better at.
Coach Dari, thank you, Brian, with 7 carries for 104 yards, average of 14.70. Just seems to epitomize who he is. He takes advantage of his opportunities, plays a role, great leader. Could you talk about him, what he means as a player and a young man, please?
Oh, I love Dari, and he means a ton to this team, and certainly on the field, but off the field. It's a guy that everyone knows in the locker room they can go to, that Dari's got their back, and I think you're right, opportunistic. And I thought that he ran with a really purpose today, but the number of things that he does that aren't on a stat sheet and what he brings to this team, it's huge. And I've appreciated being around him and getting to know him, and he's one of those guys that he makes us all better. And we've got a number of those, and that's where this is a fun team to be around. And it doesn't just happen. And he means a ton to this team. He really does.
Paul, was continuity the biggest factor in terms of the success of the O-line, or did you see this do some different things today that you had?
I think continuity helps, but I think it was execution. Guys did what they should do, and I think we'll look at it, and there was some good finishes, whether it be it up front. Alec Ingold, he did some really good things, and I thought, if you're going to run the ball, it's going to take everyone. And so I think it was, Rudy put together a good plan, but guys executed. And I think the continuity is part of that because, if there's so many times where you're working with someone in the line, and if you can know how thick he's going to be on a double team and you coming off, but it's also some young guys with experience, hopefully getting better.
Paul, it was 14-0 at the time. I don't know if you remember this play, but they faced about a third and about 11. They were in a draw. You guys blitzed, and it looked like Conley had blitzed already in the backfield and kind of circled back and got that guy. Do you remember that play? Because it looked like that guy had some space to run, and if they get a touchdown there, maybe it's not such a blowout.
Yeah, it changes. It changes the game, and I thought there was a couple plays like that the guys made, and when they had some big plays. They had that one drive early, and the guys just kind of, it was their first one where they got the field goal, but they just kind of kept playing and bowed up on it. And I think it does. I think you're right. It changes the game and how you feel. And it was big in some of those takeaways. I wish we'd have taken advantage of all of them. But it was, and it's fun. There's different guys. Ryan shows up, and a number of guys that just come up and make a play. It's that's what's fun to me. It's what's fun to watch about our defense. There's a number of different guys, not just contributing, but making key plays and key moments.
You guys had a lot of success with the running game with that counter play where you pull the backside tight end and guard. What makes that run so difficult to defend for opposing defenses?
I don't know. We've run it against some, and it hasn't looked good at all. So I think it comes down to execution. I don't think there's anything magical about the play, is my point. And when when you know how they're going to fit it, and you guys are on that helps. And so, but I don't know if the play itself is anything special.
Jason. Well, how important is it defensively and from a special team standpoint to get Nitrell back in the mix?
I think it's been great having, you guys know what we've gone through, and to get anyone back is a big lift. And Trell brings a lot. He had a big play, on one of the punts, one of the first punts, and really valuable player to us. And I thought he looked good on the one return that we had a chance to take it out. And love having him come back, and it's been fun to see him back in the fold. There's guys likes playing, and to be able, sit out and not get those opportunities, that's hard on kids. And so when they do get the chance to come back, but Trell, he's special teams player of the year last year. He's got a knack at some things, and I think it's, like I said, it's been a lift just to get someone back.
We got time for one more, Gary.
Is there a way to quantify, besides the wins, how much better this team is now than it was 3 or 4 or 5 weeks ago?
I don't know. You know what I mean? You just try to take a step forward, and who you play, when you play them, all those are different. And yet the things that we can control, then those are what you try to focus on. But I don't know. I don't know.
Thanks, Coach.
All right.